My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 23, 2023. It is 2:15 a.m. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. Couple of things. I'm a little bit late. It took me a while to gather some tweets to put on the list. So let's go on Twitter. I have the first one. This one, I just put these on my list, so let's not go to it right now, because I have some other one that I saw earlier in the day that I had to search for them and put them on the list. Oh, what's going on? Okay, so let's pause.
Questioning when you say, look...
Pause. Okay, so let's see here. This one I saw it, I think a little bit after I finished recorded my last video. Then it was too late. I can't record anymore. And I was already editing the other one. Okay, so let's get started. That's from Good Morning Britain. When you've needed to find the money to support Ukraine, you have found the money. Why can't you find the money for people who are on the verge of losing their homes? Ben and Susanna question James Cleverly, MP, about the support available for mortgage holders. All right, so it's 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I thought that was a good discussion. Finally a good discussion, instead of you know who. I don't want to mention it right now. All right, so let's listen.
Can you appreciate that our viewers this morning questioning when you say, look, if we need to go and support people's mortgages, we'll have to go on a big borrowing spree to find that money. In this instance for Ukraine, you have found, as Susanna said, £4.6 billion, another £240 million, because it's essential, as you're saying, for everybody that you need to find that money. When you've needed to find the money for that, why can't you find the money for people who are on the verge of losing their homes?
So we have supported people. I remind viewers, of course, that during the COVID situation, during the COVID pandemic, we put the furlough scheme in place. We supported people who couldn't go to work because of the restrictions. So, of course, we look to support people, but we also need to make sure
for them
that we
right
are
now, and they're on the verge of losing their
decisions.
homes, they need that sort of support now. Our colleague Martin Lewis, who I'm sure you are very aware of, certainly the Chancellor is, said 6 months ago on this programme, we are heading for a time bomb, a mortgage time bomb. The time bomb's gone off.
Well, the point that we are making is that we have to continue to make decisions in the best interest of the British people, making decisions that we believe or that we know would push interest rates would push inflation up even further, which would then require interest rates to go up in order to address it, is not what we want to do. What we are looking to do is we're looking at ways of bringing down inflation.
Let me pause for a few. Just keep in mind, as I'm listening to him, just keep in mind as a whole. Okay, from outside perspective, UK love to play both parts. In the front, they're showing us one thing, they're showing the world one thing, they're supporting Ukraine, they're doing all of this, but in the back, okay, the parts that we don't see, it's most likely against Ukraine. All right, the most important part. But right now, they're showing this and all of that, but just keep that in. This is my humble opinion. This is what I've seen, their pattern of things since I've been looking deep into certain things, and I realize they love to play both sides. Okay, but let's continue.
That's why we've been cautious on public sector pay awards, because they do put inflationary pressures into the UK economy. That's why we're helping address the food and fuel inflationary pressures
Okay.
which are affecting us and other countries around the world. And we will push the lenders. We will push the lenders. The Chancellor is doing this to make sure they continue to support their borrowers and do the right thing by them.
All
The
right.
government's job
Let's-
is to make sure that we drive down that inflation
Yeah.
and we keep the British economy on track.
All right. The only reason I think I bookmarked this to share with you is because the question that was asked. Okay? Finally, it's completely off of Harry and Meghan. All right, let me read few of the response and then that's it. Absolutely, perfectly said. Exactly this. We need to support Ukraine. If they lose Russia with no stop, then we have World War III. You have to plan for the worst when you buy a house for these interest rate rises. So if you are struggling, don't have the new car, latest phone, etc., get right and keep your home extra job, etc.
Can you appreciate that our viewers this morning?
Which is good thing, but when you, well, you know what, let me not speak about, let me just read this and then move on. Okay, World War 111. Okay, he should say we stop the boat and walk away. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Next one. All right, so there's this here. Let's pause. Let's pause. Pause. Okay. Quote: Harry's fine. He's great. He's taking a lot of flack in the media, and you have to remember he's taking on the media. He was very pleased with the way things went in court, and he's doing really well. Okay, end quote. So let's listen. It's 25 seconds, and I believe he's part of the people who's suing the media as well, the papers. Okay, so let's listen. It's 25 seconds only.
He's fine. Harry's great. He's taken a lot of flack in the media, and you have to remember he's taking on the media. So what actually happens in the courtroom and what you read about in the newspaper are often two very, very different things. But we are in fairly regular contact, and he was very pleased the way things went in court, and he's doing really well.
Okay. What's his name? I believe he is Elton John's husband. I think. I could be wrong. Okay, he did an outstanding job. When someone will put their name and face to a statement, never mind source says, and it has been reported. Okay, thanks David and Elton. Yeah, that's what I think. Thanks David and Elton for your continued support for Harry and Meghan. So nice to hear positive things said about Harry. He's doing good. I mean, whoever's saying anything, including myself, I have a video almost every day, okay, in response to some of the tweets. We have absolutely no clue, zero, whatever, nothing about Harry and Meghan. It's just the papers that talking nonsense. Okay? And I believe I've come across things that saying, oh, don't do certain things about the papers, but if they're spewing nonsense, they need to push back. So that's where I come, or push back. Okay, so nice to hear positive things said about Harry. He's doing good. For you, O Lord, bless the righteous man, the one who is in right standing with you. You surround him with favor as with a shield. Okay, that is what we need to hear, not the sources say, yep, this and that. When you know you speak the truth, you have a clear conscience. Oh, that is for sure. That is for sure. And this is why they're hating him on it. I mean, the guy's not doing anything wrong. They keep on bothering him. They keep on poking at him. So he's doing something about the poking, and now they're still upset about it. Okay, this is why we need to keep on praying for them. Okay, because evil wants to take wings. All right, they want to spread their wings freely without any pushback. So we need to cut those evil's wings. Okay, there's this. For you, O Lord, bless the righteous man, the one who is in right standing with you. You surround him with favor as with a shield. Okay, that is what we need to hear, not the sources say this and that. When you know you speak the truth, you have a clear conscience, regardless of what the liars and whining haters of Harry and Meghan have to say. Thank you, David. Good to know Harry is fine. There's a heart. Thank you at Royal Suitor for posting this video. I'm reassured that our charismatic and lovely Prince Harry is doing well. Yeah, thanks for posting that. This is why the squad are so good. They're everywhere. Alright, they put things, and you follow when you follow the right people, you get the right information too. And some of the things, the negative thing I see about Harry and Meghan is the screenshots about, you know, the squads who have the I guess the mental strength to read those nonsense and then take screenshot to let us know what they talking about. when the haters are talking about Harry and Meghan. Okay, Elton John and David Furnish are more of a family than Windsor Markle will ever be. That's for sure. That's for sure. Elton John is a true friend, and Princess Diana, and he knows what's right. Okay, they thought humiliating him will get him to back down when they humiliated him all his life. That's the thing. He's immune to it already. That's the thing. Throughout his life. And meanwhile, he was trying. The image that I see coming in my head is like he's swimming. Okay, he's swimming. Everywhere around him or just negativity of people pulling him down while he's trying to swim up. Just think about that. You're trying to raise your head above water and someone is pulling you down. Okay, not just someone, a whole bunch of people, including his own freaking father, my God, and brother as well. Okay, they thought humiliated him. Okay, all his life he got his chance to punch back, and he's absolutely dealt it with zero regret. Get him, Harry. Okay, good to hear. I hope that Meghan is also doing well because they keep picking on her. There's the heart. I have something about her as well. It's near the end. Maybe I should put it right after this. We are pleased to hear this. Thank you, David. All right, so where it is? Oh, okay. So I have it right after this. So that's perfect. All right, so that's this one here. This one is a baggage for God. Fully baggage for God. Henry VIII came across this, and there I'm sharing with you. Did Jeremy Clarkson, Camilla's besties, just confirm that the royal family had something to do with Princess Diana's death? Okay, so let's read this, and then I'll read some of the comments of under Henry VIII. Okay, as Clarkson warns Meghan Markle that she will lose the war with the royals, he writes, quote, "Let's cast our mind back to the funeral of Princess Diana," end quote. This is chilling. Okay, like the chase in New York. And I think this is an old thing. I read some of the comments when I came across it. I read some of the comments. Some people say it was it's old, back in 2022. So when you think about it, the New York City chase, all of that. Okay, so these people are evil. I'm telling you, every time since the time I said evil originated in the UK, it's keep on proving me over and over and over again. Yes, evil originate over there. Meghan is not doing anything to anybody. She's minding her own business. She's trying to survive, make a living, and all that. This bother these people. My God. God, I'm asking you, please send your angel. Send your angel to do what needs to be done to put these people in place. So there's the thing here. The others, okay, the side text, I won't be able to read it, only the large font. Okay, so there's that evil person's name. Okay, you're gonna lose this war with the royal, Meghan, and you're gonna lose it big. All right, God, this is a baggage for you. This is all yours. I don't know what to say, but this is all yours. Take care of this. Okay, this is the pushback. Lord, please take care of this. Okay, very soon all the info will be out. So these are the squads under Henry VIII, and maybe I'll read some of this. Who was it? Dr. Charlotte Proudman. I'll go into it to see what other people are saying. So these are the squads. Okay, very soon all the info will be out. The ambulance that eventually came for Princess Diana spent about 40 minutes to cover a distance of 3 miles. One day very soon all will come out. What? I mean, I never really looked into the information about Princess Diana, when the crash or anything like that. But this is news to me an hour ago. What is it? The ambulance that eventually came for Princess Diana spent about 40 minutes. 40 minutes to cover a distance of 3 miles. What? 3 miles. This is nothing when you're driving. One day very soon all will come out. Sickening. This is a baggage for you again, Lord. My God. Sickening. Sure sound like a threat, warning to me. Yeah, this article is old. Okay, so this is where I read it, that it was old. This article is old, from 2022. Yeah, 2022. We are in 2023. Maybe a couple months ago, like, I don't know, In December, maybe he wrote it. Because around that time, the holiday where he wrote the piece that they will be dragging her naked and all of that, that was like last year too. And they were supposed to do a review. What is it? IPSO was supposed to do a review. Nothing. Still now. My goodness. This article is old, from 2022. You better than retweeting this outrage porn. Well, my God. He sure did. But his problem is Princess Di is British. They can cover it up after it happened. They won't be that lucky in the US. There won't be a repeat of Paris Tunnel. He can shove the plan. Just send back to sender, that's all. Write this article, and his antics are downright scary and very telling. My God, there's one comment under that. Okay, so this is the person who's saying this is all. Okay, OMG, I just posted the same thing. I don't get why they do this. What's the point? Okay, I don't get it at all. It was like, I didn't come across it last year. Okay, as my mom told me, if you don't have anything nicer or helpful to say to a person, don't say anything at all. We all know how hurtful these tabloids have been for Meghan. Stop pouring salt into the pan. Okay, I didn't come across it until now. Alright, so let me go back out of it. I don't even need to read that. Let's go into that and see what some people are saying. Okay, and if you have seen this article already, I'm sorry, because this is the first time I came across it. Okay, when was this? Okay, I just learned from the other group of squatters. That was last year. Let's see here. Okay, 2022, after Queen Elizabeth II funeral. Okay, so it's not even a year yet. Like I was saying, it's almost around the same time when, what is it, the article when he wrote Meghan to drag Meghan naked and all of that, that was like around the holiday. So around the same time he was writing these pieces. Okay, so 2022, after Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. So when you think about it, it's not even September yet. It's not even a year yet. It's a couple months. Okay, who do you wish we had leading the country right now? Okay, this is old. Why are you rehashing this? Okay, let's see here. Okay, same time to black her. Some troll was passing it around today. Maybe an app thought it was new. Like me, I didn't think it was new. I didn't think it was old at all. This is why we should start some kind of a code of conduct for squatters. I'm sick and tired of people posting negative article about Harry and Meghan. They're all trying to get clout using her. We've got to be so careful these days. Thanks, I didn't realize. Okay, so Liz, who's that? Okay, so again, this is baggage for God. I do not know her full intention. This person, Advocate of the Year, Woman in Law Award, barrister, tweet, and personal capacity. Okay, whatever her intention was, baggage for God. God will know what to do. So I don't know. This is the first time I came across it. Literally first time. I never heard of this. This is why I don't follow a lot of people. But because I didn't block her, I'm able to see it because of the retweet. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Again, baggage for God. Maybe it was meant for me to see and say baggage for God. I don't know. Alright, we could put our prayers behind it, whoever is seeing this in this video. Next tweet. Alright, so this is a GIF. Katie King. This is a retweet. There are women out here who feel like because they follow the rules and behave the way women are supposed to, that they are owed the thing they want. And when they don't get it, but they see women who exist outside these rules get what they want, they're resentful. That's very interesting, the way she put that. Okay, so there's no comment under that. This is other things. Okay, so let me add these. Let me add this because I have something similar to that. That's a video. Where is it? Andy, let's post that. That's another one. I'm sorry, I just saw this. I'm adding it. Oh shoot, did I just lose it? Yes, I did. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to fast forward this. Let's go back. I just add that to my list. Katie Keene, so I was here. So, okay, I just saw the video. I pause it. Okay, so there are women. Okay, so this is the one I wanted to go to. There's no comment under the tweet. Let's go into the retweet of what she retweeted. Okay, so she continued. Oh, so that was a thread. Very good. I'm glad I did that. I went in it. Okay, these women uphold respectability politics the most because they feel that because they follow these rules, they are better than the women who don't. These women also go out their way to bash those they feel better than and feel justified in doing so because they're rule followers. So that's very interesting. Okay, so let's continue with the thread. These are the women who will refer to other women as hood rats for wearing a bonnet and house slippers outside. These are the women who look down on and shame other women for twerking in public. In my opinion, they are the most unhappy and bitter women out of all of us. Because when they see women who then follow the rules, be happy or get what they want, it's a sign that their rule following wasn't necessary, especially if their rule following left them empty-handed. They realize they've been sold a lie. It's sad when you think about it. This mentality is very prevalent in the church, and it's also a sign of internalized misogyny and being too male-centered and vying for male approval. I don't know who needs to hear this, but cis following the rule is boring and isn't guaranteed to get you your desired outcome. Be yourself. Very good. Okay, nice guys, equivalent. Okay, literally, there's that. I used to be one of those women. However, I was never resentful of other women. The resentful of other women, I'm starting to realize it's really as an adult. Okay, as an adult, I've been realizing, but as an adult, I'm starting to see how bad it is. I just can't believe how resentful, pettiness, nonsense, kindergarten things some women go out of their way to inflict on other women. Okay, I just wanted to be rewarded for being good. Sometimes I just do things because I feel like it's the right thing to do, but I don't expect any approval. When that did not happen, I became nonconformist. I learned to question rules, norm, or rebel when necessary, not being rewarded for following the... Okay, so there's more on this one. For following... Where is it? I lose. Okay, not being rewarded for following the rules made me more ethical, grounded in my conviction, and willing to go against the grain. I have learned to speak up and assert myself, even if it means standing alone. That's for sure. I am now more authentic and intentional. I have also understood that life is a single-sum game and no one owes me shit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Okay, this is right here. All right, this the one. All right, so that's commercial. Yes, from a former rule follower. Yes, all of this response on point. Okay, very well said. Strong talk, especially because the rules for women are designed to keep us under the male thumb. Sound like you became more masculine. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you do what you feel. The thing here for me, there's that line you don't cross. Okay, the respect thing, as long there is respect, that's all I care about. But I do what I need to do to move forward, as long this is what I want. Okay, I hope they hear. This is why you gotta mind your business. If you're really standing on your own principle, what the next person is doing shouldn't bother you. Bingo, that's the thing. Another good point. Okay, it's so these are women who probably have gone through some stuff, who understand, you know, unless if they have some good mentor, family members and all of that to let them see things as they grow. Because majority of people, they realize that after they become an adult, like myself. After I become an adult, that's when I realized that, and I'm still learning.
Mine's learning. It's learning.
Yeah, it's so interesting that you brought this up today, because I made a thread about resentment I am working through concerning the women that usually become pygmies or are the shining stars of society, the Regina George of the world. Okay, so she retweeted that I was raised by a popular girl. She was also a bully, and somehow she also was never a real position of social power. She could talk a good game, but ultimately she never performed the roles. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's all boiled down to happy hating hoes and hating hoes. The way she's spelled hating hoes, and happy LOL, whether you're living, struggling and surviving, thriving, whatever you don't have, no time to clock what someone else is doing. That's for sure. Right, so there's another one here. Case in point, being a pick-me must be an exhausting job. Let's see here, 55 seconds.
So today my boyfriend and I will be filming some spicy content for my
Okay, I'm not being rude, and this is not to be disrespectful to this girl in any single way. This is not coming at her at all, but I'm offended because I am a 29-year-old professional in a respectable job. I own my own place. I pay my own bills. I pay my own way. I have only had 2 boyfriends in my lifetime, and the one lasted 6 years, the other one lasted 3 years. I don't even post my ankles, much less my thighs, much less my ass on social media. All you get in is head and shoulders like the shampoo. All you getting is a mugshot. Bitch, I never got pregnant, dropped out of school, had an abortion, joined the gang. If you was to look on social media right now, you will find nothing. You're not gonna find news. You're not gonna find me fighting people online. You're not gonna find me doing none of that. The most you'll see me doing is cracking some goddamn jokes. And I'm single. Okay.
So today my boyfriend and I will be filming some
And I'm single. Okay. Okay, so you're not posting this. Oh my God. Let me move on. Let's focus on Harry and Meghan. But there was some very good point from people who've, you know, giving some good advice. All right, so let's go to the next one. This one was good. It got me cracking unexpectedly. All right, next tweet. This is a GIF. Okay, if you need detail, I can DM you so we don't give them the engagement, because remember, Harry and Meghan are content machines. They will use them any day, anytime, doesn't matter the situation, to generate clicks. All right, so this is Dr. Zanier. The Mail uses the 75th anniversary of Windrush as a platform from which to attack Meghan and Harry this morning. Wish I was joking. So what's the Windrush? Okay, let's see here. You're right, DM then. This smells like desperation. Okay, DM me please. Okay, so these are people who's asking to be DM. Let's go into James O'Brien. He's one of the presenters in the UK. Okay, my heart breaks when I see how many in this country treat those two worse than any treatment Jimmy Savile or any other vile criminals has ever received. It weren't enough to kill his mom. Why does hate sell so well in the UK? Very interesting. Well, it will be depositional grist to the next court case, Mill. If I were either Harry and Meghan, I guess I'd take a pretty personal and add it to the next tranche of cases. Harry has found a purpose after all. Okay, so where was the thing I say I want to Windrush? Okay, I'll click on that later because it's a hashtag. Okay, truly outrageous and disgusting for the fair. Oh, okay, like the video regarding the guy who was saying that Harry is fine and stuff like that. I believe it was, what's his name, David something. Okay, Elton John's husband or something like that. I think he's part of the case. It's because Harry's suing them, so they want Harry to make some sort of a mistake, something to really go after him for. Okay, but they have nothing. Let's see here. Daily Hill and Paul Dacker are running shit scared because of what will come out in the phone hacking lawsuit and their manipulation of Trevor Lawrence. Okay, are they setting the tone for the backlash they will be getting from the Black Windrush 75 community? So is that what it is? Will the hacking scandal? Okay, I don't want to go. I think this lady is part of the case too. May God help her find her inner peace, because these people, the devil in the UK, it's God send your angel. That's all I could say, because no mother should ever go through what she went through. Okay, this Trevor Phillips. Oh, is that him? Oh, I think I put something out there regarding him. But anyway, let's see here. Look like Trevor received his knighthood in exchange for tap dancing for Massa. such a lying, hypocritical tools. There's the clown. I post this on my community. Racism, just read that, okay? And it's unbelievable. They've been attacking them almost every day for years. Have they broke any laws? Okay, there should be better regulation on the media. And this is the thing, they keep on, what did ISPO and all of this? They turn a black eye. The code of ethic, nothing. Okay, so this is why Harry's taking this to court as part of the, oh my God, I did look for the term and I forgot it. Never mind, I can't think of it. This is pathetic, and they crossed the line ages ago. This is stalking and very abusive. So many blindly follow this hatred. Yeah. Let's see here. Next British media losers will say the couple invaded Ukraine. All right, let's see here. At Trevor, that's this person, I believe. Huge shame on you to bring Meghan and Harry into this. Did you think Meghan was married to Harry to be black people's savior? What have you done for black Brits apart from your performative nonsense? You are, sir, and we know why. Sell out. Joining the hate train for no damn reason. Okay, does anyone take any notice of this rag? They have just engaged the UK's largest liar as a columnist. Should fit in well with the rest. Okay, so let's see. Windrush. I'm just peeking to see what they're sharing here. Okay, there's Dr. Schuller. I haven't come across a lot of Dr. Schuller's thing. Meghan Markle has nothing to do with Windrush. Any reference of her is a dog whistle and pile on for sole purpose of devaluing and distracting from the incredible contribution of the Windrush generation. The ongoing injustice against some of their descendants by the British government. God, you know what? I don't even need to read anymore. Alright? Because this is gonna boil my bubble. So if anybody wants to know about Windrush, they could search it online. I'm just saying, baggage for God. There's Dr. Schuller. I'm surprised. What happened? Yeah, I'm following her. I haven't come across her tweet lately. Like this one. I didn't even see it. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Alright, so there's the next tweet. In case you were wondering what they are blaming Meghan Markle for today over in the UK. So that's the thing again. Okay, the Mail using the 75th anniversary of Windrush as a platform from which to attack Meghan and Harry this morning. Wish I was joking. Alright, so baggage for God. Not for James O'Brien. James O'Brien, I think, is a good common sense person who has his head on his shoulder in the UK. But the people who's stirring the pot for no reason. Alright. It is madness. Royal family using Windrush to attack Harry and Meghan. If she was there, I will understand, but what does she have to do with it? Again, baggage for God. Because these people do not know peace. There must be something that they're doing. Okay, the royal family. There's something that's happening in the background that they're trying to distract people from. Whatever it is, Lord, make it come to light, because these people are evil. Okay, beyond pathetic. Okay, I wish it was possible to mute a country. I'm telling you. Okay, and when they're in recession, don't they have to worry about that? Like the video that I was showing at the beginning, the presenter was asking that they have money for Ukraine, but what about the people? Alright, I'm starting to ask myself how accurate English history books are. Seriously, if gossip media is your national media, can you imagine the content of your history books? This relentless lynch mob mentality explains why this island did horrific things all over the world. Thank you. Okay, that's it. That's it. This is it. They go around the world, ruin gazillions of lives. Numbers we probably will never be able to reach. They ruined so many lives across the globe. And this is the nonsense they continue spewing. Maybe because, I don't know, the Lord is getting closer to them, because they claim, the royal family claim they are closer to God. Maybe God is getting closer to them to say, stop your BS. And they're running scared because they put that mask on as if they are the savior of people. They are closer to God. Maybe God is having enough with them. Stop pretending to be to represent him. This kind of thing. Maybe God is getting closer to them. They're running scared. They don't know what to do anymore. My goodness, this is why I keep on calling God. Do your thing. Enough is enough. Too many lives have been ruined, have been tortured. Enough is enough. Princess Diana, you are somewhere up there. You didn't do anything wrong for them to send you, to fast track you, another word, to fast track you on the other side. Do something. Okay, so sickening. The whole country is now a joke and the world is laughing at them. I mean, the thing that they're spewing is not laughing, it's not funny, but at least people are seeing them for who they are. Okay, what's next? Blame the missing ship on Harry and Meghan. This is ridiculous. God will set a table for Harry and Meghan in the presence of their enemies. The more they trash them, the higher they rise. That's for sure. All right, let's go to the next tweet. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's almost every freaking day. I never seen anything like this. Every single day. Look at this. I have a video every day. Sometimes I record 2 videos in one day and then spread them out. But it's every single day some nonsense is spewing over there. How could that be? My God. These people do not know how to live in peace. Next tweet. Okay, new interview with Harry and Meghan, producers Liz Garbus and Chanel Pysnik. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Quote, Meghan was on this journey with Harry as opposed to her pulling Harry out of something that he would have stayed in were it not for her. Okay, so I'm probably gonna read this. This is very interesting. Do I have it open? I have the link already, but I didn't read it. Okay. Quote, Meghan really became the face of the blame for destroying something that the British public felt was so important to them, and then throwing every misogynistic and racist trope into that, as has historically been the way women have been positioned in these kinds of narrative. It was very much their relationship together and how they look at each other and interact, the love story element as the through line just set authentic and right, considering how beautiful it is to watch them together when they're just at home on Zoom or sitting on a couch. Okay, I really and truly hope that this is nominated for and wins all the Emmys. Okay, that's a commercial. Okay, I'm here for the Emmy push and hope they get those nominations. Alright, so there's this. I'm watching Suit Netflix after watching Harry and Meghan's Netflix. Amazing. Thank you, Netflix. Okay, this is something completely. Since it's there, let me just read it. In less than 3 years, Harry and Meghan launched 4 productions spanning 31 total episodes consumed by a huge global audience. Heart of Invictus coming soon. Amazing output. No wonder WME signed Archwell Production. I'm telling you, they were doing absolutely perfect on their own. The things that they've accomplished in a short period of time, I don't know who have done this before. I really don't know. I remember during the pandemic, some stuff that I've said, I was like, they probably, maybe after they did their books, the first book, The Bench, I probably said, the pandemic, this is the only, like a reset for them after the nonsense they went through, where everything shut down and everybody was staying home. I don't know. Maybe God is truly looking out for them. During the pandemic, they were able to reset themselves, have the time to rethink of everything, how they move forward and all of that after the barrage of nonsense that they were facing and they continue to face. But the lockdown, all the stuff when pretty much the world was on a lockdown, people were staying home, but God gave them that opportunity for them to reset their brand, to find out, to rethink, to relaunch themselves, how they're gonna move forward, because the evil that was surrounding them, and it's still, but now more people are starting to realize, and the prayers, so many people throwing out there for them, so they had a reset. So they used the time to reset, and then once they come out, it's award after award, but anyway, let's go back, and I say I might read that article. Do I have this? Okay, so let's see here. The link will be in the description. I probably will read some, but not the entire thing.
No, it's all right. No.
Harry and Meghan was a chance to share the journey of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay? Shooting a documentary series starring one of the world's most high-profile couples is no easy task. But when that couple is the headline generating Duke and Duchess of Sussex, perhaps better known as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, extra level of fidelity, discretion, and safety must be employed. Challenges aside, making the Netflix, I don't know, I find this kind of funny, all right, because the love that they have for each other. All right, challenges aside, making the Netflix series Harry and Meghan proves unusually gratifying for Liz Garbus and Chanel, Pysnik? I think this is Pysnik, two of its executive producers and creative partners, and not only because the show nabbed the streams record for the most watched documentary debut. Series director Garbus, a 2-time Oscar nominee and 7-time Emmy nominee, wow, 7-time, with producing wins for the documentaries Ghosts of Abu Ghraib and What Happened to Miss Simone, was brought into the project in 2021 by Pysnik, who had recently starred as head of unscripted for the Duke and Duchess of Artois production. Garbus had previously worked with Markle on a children's show the Duchess was developing and found that they, quote, work really well together, end quote. This paved the way for Garbus and her film and television company, Story Syndicate, to be hired onto Harry and Meghan, a third company Diamond Docs also produced. Okay, Garbus and Pysnik met with the envelope and a joint Zoom to chat about getting to know the Duke and Duchess, documenting the pair's fraught but loving journey and matters of trust. Liz was sealed the deal for you to jump onto this project. Garbus: if I am approaching a documentary, I want to know if the folks I'm writing with want to share that they are game. I had already gotten to know Meghan, but wanting to have a sense of Harry's point of view. I got on a Zoom with both of them, and just hearing the stories he had to tell, his desire for openness, his desire to get the story of the last several years of their lives out without the mediation of people with agendas and the British tabloid agenda of clickbait, I felt like, wow, here's a story that obviously the whole world is fascinated by, and that it can really operate in deep historical and cultural level too. That's for sure. Because I remember saying, because I think during the pandemic and other things, my old videos from Pure YTE, and I was like, my goodness, they need to write their own stories, because the amount of nonsense that they keep on putting out there about them. Because when people are, I think I put the reference of my great grandkids are doing research about Harry and Meghan when they're no longer alive, these are the nonsense we're gonna see. And I probably said it, I think I know, from, what's this guy who did something from, is it 60 Minute Australia? What's his name? I forgot his name. Okay, he, every time he opened his mouth, it's some BS. And I was like, it was so much for me to, you know, to wrap my head around. And I was like, they need to write, Harry and Meghan, they need to write their own stories, because these people, when my great grandkids are doing research about them, these are the nonsense they're gonna be seeing. So when the documentary came along and I was in the book, Spare, all of this, I was like, yes, thank God. Because at some point I think I was afraid for them. They might be afraid of putting the thing out, because the amount of threat they were getting, maybe they were afraid. And I was like, maybe they should write it and leave it with someone they trust who will literally put it out for them once they're no longer alive. But they're bold enough and they did it themselves. And I'm glad they did. All right, so nobody have any question or doubt about it. Okay, what was your approach to shooting the series, giving the inherent limitation and sensitivity? Garbus: when you're making a film about people, they always have agency, because they can share what they want to share and keep what they want to keep. I don't know what Harry and Meghan didn't share, but that's their right. Like any project, you're building trust with your subject. I wasn't interested in a reality show. I wasn't the tabloid knew about this, because before this event came out, I was hearing things that they're working with Netflix cameras and all of this. They're doing this reality shows and all of that. So they knew about it. Someone must have tipped them. Okay, I wasn't interested in being there in the morning when they woke up to have coffee. I was interested in talking to them and having them be as open and transparent as possible, and making those connections to the larger thematic framework. Okay, Cynic. Why I keep on saying the S sound first? Pysnik. All right, Pysnik. One thing that was really unique to this project was how careful we had to be with the personal archive. Some of the things Harry and Meghan were sharing with us were very much never before seen. We had to protect the archive in order to continue to build trust and honor the project. So there were a lot of security protocol but in place that I think went above and beyond what another project will probably do. Alright, I wonder what, okay. Was there any attempt to get input from the British press to hear their side things? Garbus, we were trying to keep this project very low profile and under wrap until Netflix chose to announce it to the world, which was really close to, so that's probably that, really close to when we aired. So the idea of going to Tabloid in the UK was kind of a non-starter. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, what surprised you about Harry and Meghan? If they had gone to the tabloid about it, you know, look at Spare, for instance. Just look at Spare. Before Spare came out, they get an advanced copy, whichever way they went, and they turned that completely 360. Completely 360. All right, so just think about that aspect as well. If they had the hand on that documentary. Okay, what surprised you about Harry and Meghan as people? Pysnik. For me, it was very much their relationship together and how they look at each other and interact. As we were crafting the arc of the series, the love story element as the through line just felt authentic and right, considering how beautiful it is to watch them together when they just at home or on Zoom or sitting on a couch. Alright, Garbus, I had kind of already built a basic relationship with Meghan over prior year. I wasn't a royal watcher. I didn't have those preconceived notions, though I guess I had, like the vision of a stiff upper lip kind of family members. As everyone knows from our doc, Harry actually is very chatty, very communicative, emotionally intelligent. That, very true. Emotionally intelligent, doing a lot of work on himself in terms of dealing with his past and dealing with being a man married to a woman of color in America. That definitely surprised me. That's the thing, he was open-minded. Okay, has the series helped Harry and Meghan standing with the British naysayers or media? That's up to them because they already have the nonsense in their head. Whatever it is the media input in their brain, they kept it and they're running with it. Only God could save these people. All right, so this is their answers. Okay, Garbus, one of the things that I explore in the show was that in many ways this was Meghan's journey, that Harry had this very fundamental primal trauma as a child and felt very clearly that the royal family did not protect his mother. And him too. Look what's going on right now. And as a child who loses a mother, there are things that aren't forgivable. Yeah, so he really kept that. Yeah, and I think Meghan was on this journey with Harry as opposed to her pulling Harry out of something that he would have stayed in were it not for her. Meghan really became the face of blame for destroying something that the British public felt was so important to them, and then add throwing every misogynistic and racist trope into that, as has historically been the way women have been positioned in this kind of narrative. Okay, Pysnik, I also think just beyond the naysayers whose minds were changed, the way that Liz and the team so beautifully wove together this story in general with suspense and a ticking clock and socio-cultural context really engage an audience that normally wouldn't even care to have an opinion in this type of subject. Alright, so I read everything, so that's very interesting. The link of it will be in the description if you guys reading it again. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Oh, did I? A new interview. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Let's go to the next one. Next tweet. So this is the thing I just added while I was looking for something else, and I found it and I added just now while I'm doing the recording. All right, US Weekly. Andy Cohen has first-hand experience with Meghan Markle's podcast. All right, so this is US Magazine. Do I have it open? I think I have it open. There's this here. There's that video. Let's see. Oh.
And well informed, and she was quite well researched and well informed and thoughtful.
Yeah, you know, Meghan Markle said your conversation on her podcast was tough and that she had conflicting feelings about the housewives. And you wished she had said that to you. Will you invite her on Watch What Happens Live to further this conversation?
I would love for her to come on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, have those invites been sent out?
I'm sure we've invited her. Yeah,
I'm sure. You know, there was this rumor going around that Meghan didn't conduct her own podcast interviews. I know that you sat down for an interview on the podcast. Did you actually?
Look at his face. Look at his face. Like, what? What? I mean, I'm sorry, I have to pause at some point, and it will be screenshot only. All right. You will hear the audio, but it will be screenshot. But the thing is that Meghan hire people. There's people who work with her, so they have to do a backstory. But let's hear his first point of view. Okay, this is someone who was there, who understands. Look at his face in shock. Like, who was I sitting with? Kind of. Let's listen.
Actually speak with her.
Of course I did, and she definitely did, and that's an insane rumor.
Right, I know.
Her podcast is conversations with people. How would she not have? Of course she did.
I know there was these rumors that they said that they edited, like a producer did the interviews and they edited her.
Absolutely not. And she was quite well researched and well informed and thoughtful.
And then finally, thoughts on Kim Cattrall's returning to And Just Like That. I know that you.
I'm so excited. I was really bummed on behalf of.
Okay, so that's a different story. The link of this article will be in the description. You will listen to this yourself. All right. So let's go back to Twitter. So there's that. Okay. Why are U.S. publications taking rumors and lies? Meghan was a serious interviewer. It can only be racism that leads U.S. Week. I mean, at least we get it right from the horse's mouth. Okay? This is someone who was in the show and the podcast. Okay? So they brought it to him and asked. So there is now, we can never doubt. It's not Meghan they ask. They're asking another person who was there, which Meghan interviewed. And I said in another video, I don't know which one is going to come first. And I was like, it seems like people feel, they rather listen to people telling them how to think, how to feel, how to hear, and all of that. If you did listen to the podcast, if you listen to each of her episode podcast, how could that conversation be going back and forth? Okay, when someone asks you a question, I mean, I don't know. I understand there's a lot of edit that can be done, but my goodness. But anyway, and I even brought up when Miss Doria called during one of those podcasts and all of that. All right, so let's listen. Let's read. Okay, it can only be racism that leads U.S. Weekly to continue to spread rumors about Meghan. Stop believing Murdoch rags. I mean, I understand this tweet, but at least listening to Andy responding to the rumors to shut it down completely. Okay, I'm glad he shut that rumor down. That's the thing here. Thank you, Andy. That's all. Just shut it down. Even though it doesn't need to be spoken, we already know. Why would Meghan lie about this? Okay, thank you, Andy. I think this is the video again. Yeah, there it is. We just listened to it. Okay, so there's another one here. Claudia Oshry discusses with Stacey Schroeder what Andy Cohen said about Meghan Markle and his book, The Daddy Diary. Okay, so what is that? Okay, a minute and 13 seconds. Screenshot only, sorry. Okay.
There's a thing about Meghan Markle in it that I found so interesting.
Oh, tell me.
So he did her podcast.
Yes.
And he had said, they did this really long interview, and he brought up, he said, were you silent? Or were you silenced? And he was like really proud of himself for just like putting that in. And then they get to the podcast. It actually comes out. And they cut out his Oprah thing. He was really upset about that.
Yeah.
But then before they aired his interview on the podcast, Meghan gives, one of her like pre-recorded spiels.
Right.
Basically saying how she was like kind of nervous to interview Andy because she feels like Housewives and Bravo like hasn't been great for women and like feminism. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, you never said that to me in the interview. And like, maybe if you did, we would have had a much more complex and dynamic and interesting conversation and the podcast wouldn't have been so fucking boring.
Right.
But like, to say that as like a precursor to the interview and then not bring it up is like so tacky. And maybe there is a conversation to be had. I hate that. I hate that sentiment that people say Housewives is bad for women. Like, I don't agree with that. But like, to say it and then
But guess what? Meghan had her opinion as well. She's saying her opinion. She has her perspective of things. There's always different level of things. So maybe this is something The introduction, maybe it's not something, I mean, I don't know. But let's listen to this nonsense.
It to my face is like so cowardly.
I didn't know that.
I know, it was so interesting.
I know. I feel like she just keeps making like all the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
What? Meghan is making the wrong decision? Who's making... Well, she's cashing in on her decisions, though. I mean, I will have to listen to that podcast again to see how it went. Maybe the thing with housewife was not part of the subject that she was talking about, so it didn't fit into the mold. And the thing with the Oprah thing, remember, that was leading to the sisters suing her. She probably didn't even want to bring that into the conversation. You know, so she's done with Oprah. She doesn't want to repeat that again. So the podcast was done. We all listened to it. We learned something from it. And then she's saying it's boring. So you did listen to it. So why did you listen to it? I mean, these are people who's just stirring the pot, whatever. But let's move on. Okay, and the NUS Weekly, a tabloid magazine that he chose to do a whole feature story in, which a single tweet will have surfaced 36 hours ago. He is a 2-day late, and I mean, they ask him, maybe this
There's
is
a thing about Meghan Markle in it that
he's a busy man. He has different shows, from my understanding. Is it on E or on E? I was thinking VH1, then I remember VH1 is part of BET. He has a lot of shows he's producing, doing different. Not everybody have time to go to the tabloid, going to the tweets, and maybe he didn't know. So while they're interviewing, they brought that up. Oh my goodness. Okay. He is 2 days late, many money short, and Meghan Markle does not need defending by his lack of him. They ask him a question. He didn't come out of nowhere to defend Meghan. They just ask him a question. Okay. I don't know if Andy have said anything publicly that will offend a lot of people. I do not know. Okay, I don't have cable to watch some of his shows anyway. From what I see here, maybe it was already scheduled to interview him, and then they brought that question up while the rumor of nonsense spewing in the UK was happening. I don't know. Unless if I'm wrong here. Okay, I find it fascinating when celebrities or people that deal with celebrity enter Meghan and Harry's world and see the madness firsthand over and over, from Liz Garbus to JR experience fighting spare to this encounter with Andy. They all can't believe what they're witnessing. It's pure madness. I'm telling you, it's pure madness. Okay, these media lies are so tired, quite clear. They will do anything to destroy this woman by any means necessary. I'm glad Andy spoke out. That's all. I think so too. And the thing is, so let me read this and then move on. Okay, thank you at Andy for setting the record straight. That's all. They ask him a question and that. The other thing that I was gonna say is that I don't know. Okay, at some point the whole entire world media system needs to be relooked at, because this is pure evil. This thing cannot go on. The lies, the non-stop lies, revamp on steroid, this needs to stop. Okay, all people want is the truth. That's it. If you cannot report the truth, go to another business. There's other thing. Create. Okay, so there's that. So I'm not gonna play it again. I'll read the comment. There's different branch of occupation people could do. So those people who love to write lies, why don't they create stories? Okay, movies on, not every movie is based on true event, but they love to create lies. Write some sort of script for movies. Write a book. I mean, they do write books, and their books are full of lies. So, but don't make it seem like it's like autobiographies or something that truthful. Write books or write some nonsense, but get out of people's news cycle kind of thing. This nonsense should not be part of news. Those people who write lies should not be part of journalistic aspect of things, because it's unnecessary. Okay, next tweet. So I played this already. Folks get affronted when their dislike of Meghan Markle is attributed to racism, but when smart, experienced industry people push a Daily Mail Murdoch lie, I have to attribute it to racism and bigotry, because I refuse to believe people are this effing dumb. Right, let's see. Like I said, I listened to this already. Okay, ultimately, what it does show is the power of long-term exposure to propaganda. It works because it plays on existing biases and gives people a target to blame for their frustration with their own lot in life. And the thing is that this is the recycle of things. This came to play. When I say in the UK, the recycle thing, you have the government, and you have the tabloid, and you have the institution. They work hand in hand. So each one is doing different damages. The tabloid is, you know, distracting people with this BS. And then you have the government who is literally doing damage to the people. Okay, the people who should be paying attention to what the government is doing, instead the tabloid is distracting them with nonsense. Okay, so like for instance, at the beginning of this video, I'm not gonna make it two because I'm almost done. It's gonna be one video. At the beginning of this video, I showed you where one of the morning show in the UK is asking serious question. Why do they have money for Ukraine, but meanwhile the people are suffering? Okay, and this was the reason I share it with you. I can't believe they actually asking true question. So to distract people from serious question like what was asking in the very first video clip I shared with you, they use the tabloid to distract people. Okay, so those type of questions don't come up over and over again to put those MPs, you know, who's probably taking bribe from different sources to put people in misery. Okay, to distract people. So that's what the tabloid is for. And meanwhile, the institution, which is the firm, was supposed to help those people. Instead, they're part of the hand in glove kind of thing. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Okay, doing unethical things in the background, taking millions of the taxpayers' money. Again, at the end of the day, it's the people who's suffering no matter what. They distract you. Okay, the paper distract the people. The core issue here is the people of the UK. The paper is distracting the people, and then the government is taking from the people, and then you have the institution who was supposed to help the people. Instead, they're taking the taxpayers' money and they're doing nothing for the people. So this is the thing, distraction after distraction. Alright, that's the recycle of thing. Let's finish this straight. Intelligence or espousing progressive values don't make you immune. Okay, Lisa Lang is an investigative journalist, and she posted about people's bias against Meghan. Okay, I shared this in one of my thing here. Okay, so enjoy talking to Meghan Markle for her podcast Archetypes. She is such a bright and compelling conversationalist, and I hope people take the time to get to know her beyond the often insidious headlines. Okay, I always like her when she did certain reporting on things. Okay, like Dr. Schiller said, the disrespect alone shows the ridiculousness of the lie. To believe it, you are basically saying the guests were liars who all agreed to perpetrate a fraud. I find it offensive to see the way she so cavalierly perpetrates the lie. Deplorable racist. Okay, both it's racism, utter stupidity, both go hand in hand, wicked creatures. But the people in the UK buy it. That's the thing. There's no pushback. So they're trying to spread that kind of nonsense in the US as well. So the people in the UK, it's been working. It's been working for decades, centuries, years. Okay? So it works for them, so it continues. Why stop it if it's working for them? The people who's taking the taxpayers' money, they are well off. They don't have to work that hard. Like Princess Anne says, okay, you know what you're getting. So there won't be any change. He won't change. Okay, I'll put the clip.
And when we think about this duty, this role that the king has taken on, what kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change. You know, he is committed of his own level of service. That will remain true.
So I saw this and I added here. Prince Harry's brother, Natural, was the first to meet Meghan and the only one who's met his daughters, Lily. All right, so there's that. That's a picture of Natural and Harry. So these are very good friends. And the wife too. There's one picture I have. I believe that was Natural's wife at the wedding, looking at Harry and Meghan hugging. And the first thing that came to mind when I saw the picture, not Harry and Meghan hugging. You could see the love in them. When I'm editing, I'll put the picture that I'm making reference to. But you look at her in the background. I think that's her. If it's not her, I'm sorry, Natural. You could see the concern that, oh my God, thank God they made it, because they knew the hardship that was going in the background. Okay, the headache the people, the royal family was putting them through, and you could see the relief. They made it, they did it, this kind of thing. All of Meghan's friends, when you look at them, even Meghan's friend, there's one picture. Oh my God, I love this picture. What's her name? One of her best friend, I think she's an actress too. Oh my God, the face she put in the background, you know, all of these friends, they were relief for them, happy for them. All right, there's Natural here. All right, so I don't think there was any comments. If it doesn't show, I'm not gonna click on it. Usually haters. All right, next tweet, and this is my last one. So there's this here. It's 17 seconds. Let's read. Excited for the 75 plus kids from the Boys and Girls Club and Trips for Kids Bay Area who will receive new bikes in honor of Prince Archie's birthday. Thanks to everyone who refuses to let hate win. Okay, so there's that. So these are people who raise money to buy bikes for donation. And there were some issues that was going on later on. They were raising money for something and they keep on changing the numbers and all of that. People were starting to have doubts about it. So I don't know if this is part of it, but this is the bike that kids will be having. Okay, so 17 seconds. Let's listen. There's a music in the back. I mute it, so just look at the video. Okay, I wish they have spoken the words because it's just music. All right, wow, this is really heartwarming, not just because so many kids will be benefited, but because of your integrity. Action means everything to me. Seeing is believing sometimes. There's that. I apologize for doubting intention. Beautifully done. In honor of Prince Archie, no less. Congrats. Okay, not my fundraiser, so nothing to do with my integrity, but I'm sure the bike shop will appreciate you sharing those sentiment with them. Okay, so there's the Mad Dog Englishman. What is it? They gave Archie a bike. I think there's a company, a British company that, I don't know the full story. I have it on one of my tweets. So because they donated to Archie, so some people right after, because the squad, what the squad were raising for was Kaboom. Kaboom was the charity of choice. Now because they donate to Archie, so the squad, I don't know, I didn't donate to that. Okay, I'm not part of this. I didn't put money into that for the bikes. So some people felt like they're gonna raise money for other kids because there was some hate. The haters, okay, were upset. Why give Archie a bike? The parents could afford it and all of that. Yeah, but it was for Archie. One of the things that I said, Archie's parents are rich. Meghan and Harry are rich, but not Archie. So that was a gift for that kid alone. Okay, so the some people felt like they're gonna raise money. They use that hate toward the gift and decided to raise money to give to other kids as well. Okay, so that's somewhat of the backstory. And some people were doubting the fundraiser, including myself. Okay, including myself, because I didn't even know they were raising money. So the money was changing. Whatever goal they were setting, people were donating. They keep on changing it, and then some squaddies were doubting it. So I share it with you. I didn't know anything about it, but I came across it. Okay, done. Great news. The kids will love them. How do they decide who gets a bike? Okay, the charities are determined the recipient. Okay, who was the charity though? Okay, the kid will love them. Okay, Okay, so that's a different language. Okay, so that's something different. Okay, so that's it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Let's say prayer for God send his angels. Enough, too much negativity on this earth. Okay, prayer for angels on, okay, God send angel. I don't know. I'm just writing this, whatever comes up. I don't know if there's a prayer for it. All right, God, let's put uppercase. God send your angels on earth. Let's see if something come up. Okay, 40 prayers point to attract the angels of God. Oh Lord, send your angels to intervene in my life and cause me to experience enlargement in every area of my life, in Jesus' name. Okay, so I was looking for, you know, those large prayer that usually come at the upper right, upper left. There's none. So let's see here. Okay, prayer for earth angels. Okay, let's see what's there. Prayer for earth angels. Thank you, God, and all the angels for helping me to embrace my precious body in this lifetime and for guiding me to take care of myself at every level. Thank you for giving me the courage to follow my dreams and the confidence to shine my light brightly. Thank you for opening my heart to receive the love and blessing within each day and for reminding me that love is who I am. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna read another one, but as I'm reading this, the tweet that came from, was it Jeremy Clarkson, that he wrote last year after the Queen's death. Okay, this what was coming to me, that the love, the people that surround Meghan and Harry, for, you know, the same thing that I keep on saying, be in their bubble. The love that they had before people knew they were dating, this kind of things, to still stay within that. This is what's gonna protect them, because if they see and read those nonsense, those people, those evil people are spewing, then they're gonna lose their grip. So for them to be in their bubble, okay, like the earth here, in their bubble, to remain true to themselves and continue doing what they want to do, because I think God put them together to shed light on so many evil things that were happening that many of us were not paying attention to. Okay, so that's that. All right, so this is done. That's from my other channel. I did this video yesterday, so it finally. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. all in this together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.